Welcome back to 4Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. As always, I am Bozer. And who's at the table with us today?
No way.
I'm John.
No way. I'm Austin.
I'm Britt.
I'm T.
Wow.
We did it.
And you guys just keep geeking out, or
I didn't even hear Josh say his name, so that's why I was confused.
So fast.
Talk about being out of practice. God damn. That was
I didn't hear Josh say his name. I thought Austin was jumping the gun, and I was like, wait, what about Josh?
Yeah, what about me?
Well,
I like this.
I'm
I
glad
like
you
this line.
You're wonderful, and we appreciate that you exist.
I've been wanting to get this off my chest for a long time, mother. For all of you at home, this has probably been 8 months, but for only us, it's only been 2. So thank you for tuning into episode 35.
Sure, why not?
all right,
If only
guys.
somebody knew.
If it's
Episode
not, it is
35.
now.
Yeah,
Remember when we promoted this, when we told these three, like, we're only going to record like a year, so if you're not like into it, it's fine. You can leave whenever. Here we are, 2 years later, still recording the same campaign.
Hey, and we can still leave whenever.
No.
The dossiers on
and
your
we're here.
families pay differently.
Cloudscape is my cage.
it's been 2 years.
No, I think
This
we
it
just
has.
It'll
This
be 2
is
years
year
in
2 of us recording this campaign.
Time's measured
We're-
different in Canada. It's
but
different.
not 2
Yeah.
years. There's a difference. 2 years is
If we get back to January, that'll be the 3rd year we're recording this campaign. I don't
No,
understand.
it's May, isn't it?
I
I
just
think we
looked.
started in February is when we started talking about it, and then
the
started
first-
recording in April.
The first session was dropped, and it says on YouTube in very shorthand, 1 year ago.
You heard the man.
So,
I mean,
We're in
that's
our sophomore year.
2025 will be year
So-
3.
So we haven't completed 2 years. Okay, I get it. This is
Do you
We're
hear?
season 2.
You hear what I'm hearing?
This is a summertime. What grade are you in? And you don't know it's when you start, or if you immediately hit the next grade the moment the day ends.
Anyway, I'm so glad to have these guys here today, and I'm glad you're here today. What do you say we jump right in to this episode of Cloudscape? Previously on Cloudscape, these mofos broke Kid out of jail. Theo fully realized the scope and breadth of his power, starting with the farts in his butt.
That's where they were.
Yep.
Look
And-
at them saying things.
While Sirkin was keeping some drones busy above the Citadel, Theo and Wayland broke into Kit's cell, though after fully realizing what this was, the light guard quickly moved her and tried to escalate her exile. But Theo and Wayland kicked some major butt and found their way to Kit, stole an exoskeleton supposedly meant for the planet side. Majorly pissed off Commander Oren.
But
by
he doesn't know who
knocking
pissed him
him
off,
off.
which is
Maybe true. And then you guys quickly escaped, headed back to Wayland's safe house, where Theo quickly collapsed. And the rest of you played some cribbage. Like one does in between episodes. So now you are officially Aurora's most wanted.
no. Again, no.
It happened.
No. They don't know who. Maybe these two. Wayland and I are good.
We'll
That's
see.
true.
Well,
Sirocco did probably say at one point that he was Cirque and Sirocco, even if it was just to robots.
I did. Well,
Yeah,
because
it
there were
says
people
finishing
piloting.
you did.
There were people piloting the robots. If I recall, one of the robots even like stuttered.
Stuttered.
Yeah, like the pilot was like, "Ooh."
Oh, that guy?
I do
Yeah.
think Josh is correct on that one.
Yeah, you did see a red light just wink. A little.
Yeah.
So, you guys took a good hard sleep. Any physical stress or mental stress that you may have taken over the previous events have now fallen off.
Thank Christ.
And what would you like to do? It's Octorus, actually.
Oh, thank God, Taurus.
Shit, I still gotta figure out this stuff. Not important right now. Anyways,
I guess. What's the score right now? We've got all of our companions except for
The tree
Ow.
in District
oh,
5.
he's a tree. District 7, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
so all of our allies are together as far as we know.
Yep, you need to catch us up on the reach.
Yep, I haven't said anything about that. Reginald has unfinished business.
We can take a peek into Reginald if you need.
Yeah, he's got unfinished business in downtown. But now it doesn't really matter, I guess. I guess that can be resolved off screen
I'm
because
so glad we forced him to be a PC.
he's gonna be like, I demand justice, and then they're gonna be like, what? So, maybe
I'm
that-
actually currently building Reginald's paralegal on my Cloudscape.
Nice.
Listen,
Yeah,
we
okay.
can have a campaign inside of a campaign.
That's fun.
The four of you sit down and play D&D at
Okay, so yeah, I guess the heat's not just gonna fall off of us either. This is got like a big
No,
Should lie low for a week.
Your GTA score is through the roof.
Yeah. Did you know that it could be beyond 5 stars? They're blinking.
We're about to give Josh his wish of letting the world breathe.
I'm actually wondering if, I'm wondering what we do. Part of me is wondering if we should just go to the Reach, and
That's our
then
new layer.
yeah, and then like kind of like establish the, the system there, the new system.
Wait,
Yeah.
do the three of us start as Tims? Because Theo's gonna have a problem with that.
No, because you
Mine
guys wouldn't. You guys would
is
start at
Tim.
Tim's if you guys were like trying to become affiliates, because you'd need to be trained. But if you guys are just like, what's it called? Allies.
Associates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. Because doesn't in one of the early episodes we saw the Reach has like a giant map of the city and all that. didn't
What
we?
somebody does.
Yeah, I just remember because wasn't it Al? Al walked in while they were doing some plans.
Oh yeah. Before the
Yeah.
heist.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the Reach is the right play.
Yeah. Okay. So we could go to. I'll explain to them kind of what happened during the downtime. Confirm with Sirkin that the plan was like a success, a mixed success. And then we're gonna have some. Yeah, we'll have some foot soldiers at our backs for when we try to crash the Gold's party. Do we think that dealing with the Golds now is gonna be some kind of way to clear Kit's name, or like how do we want to handle the Kit situation? Because I think that we're all pretty invested that Kit not be branded a criminal for the rest of her life.
Is this in
Then-
character?
Pseudo.
So the three of you, first tell me this.
Yeah.
You all woke up,
Yeah,
or did you?
Wayland is still dreaming.
Fun fact: we all died.
No. I don't know. Yeah, we'll wake up. I guess maybe Wayland will have woken up early, and he'd run down to the cafe and grab some takeaway, so that there's some actual warm food for people when they wake up.
It's interesting that the three of you wake up. Theo seems to be oversleeping or knocked out.
Okay. That's concerning. I guess I'll check for breathing.
Roll for breathing.
Just put your hand in his chest. Just
I
put
try
your
to
hand
grab
in
his heart
chest.
again.
God
Yep.
damn it.
See if it's beating.
He is breathing. You place like your hand up to his nose, and like you've sensed this multiple times on multiple individuals, Wayland. But now in Theo's semi-corporeal form, you get like just the slightest flow of air from where his nostrils would be. But now that his head it's still slightly mystified, though not squishy like it was in the lab when you grabbed his heart.
Damn it.
But the darkness has quickly overcome his entire head. If you were to like open his shirt, you would see it come right down to about his sternum level, and his features, like when his eyes are closed, it would be slightly more difficult to find where his eyelids would even be, and his nose has kind of slendered off into almost a flatter shape. But you do see his chest rising and lowering slightly.
Okay. This feels pretty out of my level of expertise. I'm gonna look at him and go, he's becoming a jellyfish.
You've never seen a jellyfish.
Oh my god, you're right. He's becoming what I assume would be a jellyfish based on written depictions.
There you go.
Well, he's certainly not becoming a giraffe.
Nice. We know that for sure.
We know that for certain.
Okay,
That's the
so
one thing.
frig, this is crazy. So he's evolving. Hopefully not dying. We're not allowed to talk to the lady that saved him anymore. She's set up some firm boundaries.
I don't mind.
Can I recall? Austin doesn't recall. What is our standing with after Kit and Al did their shenanigans? What's our standing with the Knights of Axiom?
It's unclear, though. When you went to go use a door, that Sirkin and Kit were for sure aware that had been a previous door, you could not open it. And Don Cucci confirmed that somebody else tried to use the door, and they also couldn't open it.
Okay. So, I think that establishing a base in the Reach is a good idea.
Agreed.
But I think that maybe we should split the part. No, I'm kidding. But I do but I do think we should have like a little active search for the Knights and try to combine those two forces so that we've got a stronger, sense of where all of our chips lie for going through the golds.
Yeah.
And also, they're the only people I can think of that have been doing extensive research into Zodicium that aren't the Ministry of Progress, so they might be able to assess Theo
Why didn't I ever get Bubble's phone number?
Damn. They would have given it to you too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I don't know, Buzzer, unless there's any kind of issues that you foresee. I think that we could just, like, you know, for the sake of levity, just like go to the Reach, establish like a base of operations, and then kind of focus on finding the Knights of Axiom. At least that's what Wayland suggests.
Can we have a montage of us like cleaning the place up and straightening it, because the previous iteration fell into a little bit of disrepair because it was so immature?
like
Definitely for a house.
putting pencils and pens in cups, like world's #1 boss or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that idea. Taking out my old suits.
Right.
I see an anime montage. Of
Yes.
You all doing this while Theo is just collapsed on a cot.
Yeah, but for
What were you saying?
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, wouldn't I have my dad's phone number, who possibly has Bobalt's
That's true.
phone number, or possibly a way to get in contact with the Knights?
I still don't trust the Knights.
You're asleep.
Doesn't matter what you trust, because you sleep, bitch.
Yeah, and also, like, who else is gonna save your life?
I don't know why you guys are assuming Theo's dying.
I mean, you're turning into a jellyfish, I
He's
assume.
regenning. He's regenning.
Out of mana. Need a
I mean,
rest.
yes, you do have your father's phone number.
Cool. I'm gonna hand the phone to Wayland. And
I invoke right hand man.
Cool. I love the. I got rid of right hand man when I became a boss.
Smart.
But now you can invoke the closer, and I'm just a destroyer of phones. There's no fiddling with it now. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna. What is it? Is this a number here?
Hey, Dad, will you talk to my dad?
The one that says Dad.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
don't click the one that says Daddy. Click the one that says Dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wayland's thumb hovers. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll give him a ring.
The phone rings just once. Kitten, hello?
She's okay. She's safe. Say something.
Oh, wait, who is this?
1 second.
Hi, Dad.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
No, it's good news. Yeah, we got her out. Obviously we got to figure the logistics of the, where she's gonna be and how we're gonna make sure we clear her name. But for the time being, are you with the Knights?
No. My mother and I, we left to go visit Kit before she was exiled. And now, what the fuck did you guys do?
Yeah, my first kind of plan.
Have you
But
seen the news?
no, I don't have cable.
Is she out of prison? Did you guys really break her out?
Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't my first plan, but they were gonna expedite her.
Oh my god, we should not be talking on the phone. Okay, let's get this quick. We need to meet somewhere safe, and I've got Nan. Tell Kit I've got Nan.
He's gotten in.
I'll go pick them up.
Don't do that. Okay. Here. Meet me at the diner. In the Iron Corners. You'll know the place.
Oh, the old style one.
Yeah. Meet us there, and we can talk.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Keep a low profile. Disguise yourselves. They're looking for you. They're looking for Kit. And Mr.
Let's not
Mr.
talk over the
Rocco?
phone. Yeah, let's
Okay.
not over the phone.
But
Kieran Gold. Just
everyone.
kidding.
Gosh, this is bad. This is bad.
Trust me, sir. We're gonna sort it all out. I have the utmost faith in our resources.
Okay, 30 minutes?
Sounds good. Hey, just know everything's gonna be all right. I know it doesn't sound like it. It doesn't feel like it. But we've got this.
All right.
30 minutes.
30
We'll be
minutes.
there.
Click.
Hello? Hello? I just handed the phone. I'm the only person that roleplays phone calls, putting something up to my head, and it makes me uncomfortable every time, but I can't stop.
You know what?
Start
I
doing
will
it
from
with
now
you.
on. Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to tell you guys how to live your lives. I just don't know how you roleplay a phone call without doing that.
Honestly, I've been so confused this whole time.
I asked my child to do that the other day, and she went, and I was like, "You little
Yep.
bitch."
They did the thing. Oh, that's funny. I mean, that's not even how you hold it. You hold it like this still. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I guess maybe they hold
We
it.
also don't
naked.
hold them like this. So
No,
Look at the
I'm
pop
This is the
socket, like you,
phone, though.
you slide your hand in, it's like.
But no, look at this. See this? You see the phone?
But does anyone else talk up to their phone like this, though?
This is.
No, because I don't talk on speakerphone like a maniac.
Oh, I do.
says the one boomer here.
Damn.
I'm not
boomer?
a boomer.
No one's age appropriate
I'm
of a
an
boomer.
elder millennial.
I'm technically cuspy. I'm almost a zoomer.
I always refer to you as Cuspy. Finish this gun.
You don't like.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
All right, the boys are back in town. Start blaring from an ominous corner of Aurora, as we have like a little cool montage.
Is it on a record? That's very old music.
Yeah, my duster is blowing in the wind, and I'm just kind of holding a purple
Wait,
man.
I was gonna say, are we weekend at Burning?
Yeah, we're gonna weekend
Oh.
at Bernie's you for sure. Yeah.
Does this world have phone passwords? Can I use Theo's phone?
I reckon it's got to be like a Nokia kind of
Oh no,
type deal. That's what I'm
Theo for
picturing.
sure has a Nokia.
Okay,
That's what I'm
perfect.
picturing.
All
Yeah.
right. I go through
Fuck are
Theo's
you
pocket,
calling?
Who are you calling?
and I pull out Theo's phone. I start
love-
scrolling. I scroll to the M's. Keep scrolling. And I call Tabitha.
Josh hates Theo, and I don't know why.
You know what I love? You know what I love a lot
Huh.
is Theo had a really long string of cowboy shit. And I've been unconscious like a bunch of times, and he has to witness what it feels like for cowboy shit to take place. Got no autonomy, and it's really only Josh that's taking advantage of this. And so I think that's what makes it fair.
All right, you
So,
told
no,
Tabitha.
Josh, I'm keeping track. So when this happens to Sirkin, Theo gets his licks back.
You're gonna
Call
weaken
his-
if Bernie's
You
name.
call his dad or something?
Don't call my dad.
Whispers to his unconscious body, "Hey, when I pass out, don't call my dad."
I'll seriously be so mad.
You call Tabitha?
Call Tabitha.
Sorry.
It rings very quickly, and once again. Hello? Theo.
Tabitha.
Who the
It's
fuck is this?
Sirkin. You don't recognize my voice?
No, I don't recognize.
My name is Sirkin Soroka.
Yeah. What? Is this shit? This shit is you. Have you
shit-
seen the news?
No. Wayland doesn't have cable.
I'm working on it.
I love the fact that if you're poor enough, you don't get to see the news because you don't have cable.
Yeah, Wayland also doesn't have a radio.
That I could have had,
Tabitha.
honestly. That's on.
Tabitha, something very serious has happened to Theo. I need your help immediately.
Oh my goddess, what happened?
He's been exposed to a severe amount of X.
Oh my god.
He's stable. We have him. But we are now going to be gathering our forces. Do you know, what is the hotel that the Sigurds reach? What's the name of the actual building?
Oh, the actual building. I've not considered that. That's fun. Let's call it Whiskey Jack's.
Whiskey Jack's.
That's from something that I can't remember, so it's not stealing.
Yeah, as long as you can't remember.
We have everyone gathering together at Whiskey Jack's. We've taken it as a stronghold against the Golds. But while everyone meets there, I need you to meet me at the office. Immediately.
But I'm not trying to go to prison forever.
We are not going to prison. We are going to war. The city will burn. And this is the only safe place to be. We need everyone together.
Shit. How did I know this is where it would end?
Because you know Theo.
Yes, goddess, I know Theo. Leona! Pack your things. We're leaving. Okay. Theo's place. How long?
As soon as you can be there. I'll be in the secret room waiting.
Yeah. Okay, like an hour?
Yes.
Okay. Keep him safe. For the
I
love
promise.
of God. I'm gonna hold you to that, and if you don't, I'm gonna rip your testicles off. I swear.
I need
You know
you.
that you're not a eunuch? Is that
I need you to be prepared. He has been injured. He's not the same man.
Okay. Okay. An hour. Click.
Hello? and I keep the phone. I don't put it back in Theo's pocket.
Okay.
klepto?
I just in case I need Tabitha or Tabitha needs to call back.
Does Sirkin know how to get into Theo's secret room?
Yeah. We had Leona tied up in there.
Oh, damn. It's been a long 2 weeks.
100 episodes ago.
Okay, so wait, okay, timeline-wise,
We're
Hi,
splitting the
We're
party.
okay. We're only gonna split the party very briefly. We have to make this stop off, and then we will be at the Reach. I promise. No cowboy shit.
Also, I just Googled it because it was bothering me. Whiskey Jack's is a bar, and it's based on a Canadian jay. There's a Canadian jay bird called a Whiskey Jack.
Okay.
And there's like a string of bars. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's cute, and it's not from a show.
It's named
The
after
only
a bird.
that survived.
Yeah.
All right. Like that.
It just feels good. Bringing a little bit of can here without even knowing it.
I like
Right.
it.
If we knew it, sure as hell, I wouldn't allow it. But
Nice. Too late.
That was racist.
Race? National? No, not nationalist.
I feel like nationalist immediately brings you to, the bad guys.
okay, what are you doing?
We are going to, I can't remember the name of the diner now. It's been so while. Was it Frank's?
Ah, shit. You go ahead.
Jerry's? That's the sandwich
That's the
shop.
Subway shop.
Yeah, I think his name was Frank, but I don't know if his
The pit stop?
maybe. Oh,
Hank's place.
Hank.
Hank. Frank, Hank. I was so
You're close. So close.
Yeah, so we'll just go there. We'll go, Wayland will sit immediately in his spot.
Hold on.
Sorry, yep.
It is morning.
Okay.
As soon as you guys exit your safe house, make a perception check or notice.
Kit, did you do anything to disguise yourself? Are we gonna shave your head?
I'm not shaving. If anything, I
shave my head and give it to her.
Your head?
The Sirkin scalps himself
Yeah.
and tells her to put it on like a wig cap.
That definitely sounds like Sirkin.
And Kit, last thing that you were wearing were prison oranges.
I'm at the hideout, right?
Yeah, you can wear my clothes if you want.
I mean, it'll probably make me look less obvious, and I
Oh,
probably
maybe I've got a grease monkey suit somewhere. So it'll be too big for you, but that would probably be so cute.
Wayland, we need disguises. Wear your poor person clothes.
I don't even like take offense. I just like pull a duffel bag out.
Nice.
Is there like a drugstore or something nearby?
For like pharmaceuticals or
Hair dye.
Hair dye.
I've probably got some grease around here.
Doesn't Kit have a stunt for finding the stuff she needs to maybe make homemade hair dye?
Oh God, it's gonna end up fucking bald.
Hey, worst case scenario, I probably got some grease around here. Get your black.
I'm sure.
I have one man's trash is another woman's treasure, but one of my stunts. Still have always making useful things.
Hair dye, a disguise sounds like a useful thing.
Do you have printer ink? Pull a Creed.
What the hell? What's a printer? You mean a fax machine?
Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna put my hair up in something.
Sure.
So you're just
I'll
gonna
give you
cut your
like
hair back.
give you a ball cap.
Yeah. I don't know if all my hair will fit under a ball cap.
Well, no, you can. I don't know. Pop it through the loop.
Rub some dirt in it.
I have flaming red hair. That's what they're
I
gonna
put
be
the ball cap.
looking for.
I put the ball cap on her, and then I just rub engine grease down her ponytail.
Nice.
And I pat her on the shoulder, and I look at her as I just definitely crossed a boundary, and I go, now you're a brunette. Pat pat.
Now wipe off the handprint that you left on her shoulder. Good. You're perfect.
Oh,
And,
thank you.
and what
I'm
are you
coming
wearing
around
now, Kit?
with you, Sirkin.
What?
Now,
did
what are
say?
you wearing?
Whatever junk they gave me. So like.
Yeah. I'll describe her. She's wearing a pair of boots that are 4 sizes too big. She's wearing a little grease monkey suit, which definitely doesn't fit her, but like it's cute. You know what I mean? It's fashion. If she cinched her waist, you know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
sure.
fashion.
I've seen it.
And then like just like a sun bleached blue ball cap, and she's got some motor grease run through her hair, so it's like a dark brown to black. But I definitely just ran it through, so there's some highlights going on too. She's looking fucked up, actually. She's looking terrible, probably.
Kit's look has changed so much in the
Remember
last
that one time Kit
few
pissed
days.
on the floor.
What? Oh yeah.
I just read my notes and I
Tactically,
couldn't
yeah.
let that go.
Yeah,
It was
she
last
tactically
episode,
pissed.
wasn't
Yeah, it was a tactical pissing. You don't remember? It was last session.
Yeah, I said it was last session.
That was 8 months ago. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was.
She's trying to
3-4
block out
weeks
trauma.
ago.
Okay, so before rewinding slightly, is there anything else you're doing, grabbing that I need to be made aware of before you exit this building?
I think I've got T like bindled in a like old jacket, I think, and I've just kind of got him. Kind of got him like a
We
baby.
have that. We
Or
have
like
the
a backpack.
truck. We have the truck that I stole.
Oh, yeah, maybe he's in the.
Yeah,
maybe
I don't
he's,
need it.
in the cab.
Just rolling around.
Just leave him in there.
Okay.
not the back.
I'll load a mattress back.
The cab. Just leave him in like the passenger seat.
No, I think the idea of Theo bouncing in the back of the bed.
You opened the back of the truck and Sirkin has taken straps and made a horrifying looking harness.
No,
Look, he'll be suspended entirely in the middle. He
this is
will
where I
swing
draw
on
the line. This is where T draws the line on his character.
Were you a
Fine.
spider? Were you a spider in
Sirkin-
another life?
Sirkin is going to go through Wayland's clothes. I can't wear my signature clothes anymore right now. It's too hot. So I'm gonna go undershirt, suspenders, pants, and a ratty suit jacket with my revolver tucked into my waistband.
Oh, so
that's just how
Wayland's
Josh
funeral
dresses.
How I go about my business.
Is it
Wayland-
it's Wayland's
go
funeral it's Wayland's funeral outfit.
It's literally Wayland's nicest set of clothing.
No, he's wearing his nicest set.
Yeah, I'm wearing my nicest clothing.
It's the nicest of what you have left.
Sure. Yeah. I look you guys up and down, and I kind of smirk, and I go, "Man, I was homeless."
All right, so now when you exit the safe house, now roll perception. What do you guys roll?
3.
Out of solidarity, I'm not gonna re-roll my -1 on the dice, so I got a +1.
Okay.
I'm rolling, sorry,
Perception.
perception.
Notice.
Okay. I didn't know that I was doing that as well. I apologize.
It's okay. Yeah, I want a group check.
I've also dropped X.
3.
As you're exiting, you look around. You don't see cop cars, but there is a slight sound in the air, almost like a really faint. Like if you listen in close, Sirkin and Kit, you just barely notice it as you're getting into the truck. Wayland, you just pop in. You don't take notice, but it almost sounds like a breeze or a wind, but constant, almost like a whir.
Can I roll a what would a investigate lore to try to determine if I recognize that sound, if I can pinpoint?
Sure, roll lore.
A -2.
Yeah, you don't quite place it, but you hear it, and it's not the sound that normally, and it almost sounds like it's more in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're in a rush. It's tense, so you don't quite take a second to click in your mind what you're hearing, but it's definitely a new sound.
That's a new sound.
Before we go our separate ways, once again, I pull out Jayun's blades and I present them back to Kit. If things get desperate.
She's gonna look down at him and look up at Sirkin. If things get desperate. And she takes them and puts them in her pockets because they're large enough, and it weighs her pants down, so she has to hike them up. But she continues to prepare.
Be safe. And then it looks like somebody sunk hooks into the back of Sirkin's flesh and yanked him backwards and up.
So you're flying to Theo's place?
Yes.
Until I'm splitting the party.
Well, I'm meeting Tabitha, and then we are all meeting at the Reach.
Copy that.
All right, we'll get to that.
Theo?
In the truck?
In the truck.
Okay. We'll get to Sirkin in a moment. The three of you, Theo being still sleeping.
Yeah, I guess Theo's riding bitch in the middle.
Just like
I
walking around.
eye him up.
That'll be fine, Sirkin. See you at the Reach.
I still like the idea of Theo bouncing in the bed of the truck.
Like one of those sticky hands. I feel like you're the right consistency where you just like get stuck for a few seconds
Yeah.
sometimes.
He wild magics into something sticky.
All right, so the three of you headed to Hank's place. It's a very short drive, and you.
I was just there too, so
Right.
I go back in, nestle into my spot. Hey Hank.
And just through the small window behind the kitchen, you hear him. Nice.
Came back for some seconds.
There are a few individuals here in the diner, but the nature of Hank's place is really like, nobody asks questions, no one's talking. There's no like radio with the news. There's no like TV with the news. It's that place that Hank believes anyone and everyone deserves a good start to the day. So you take your normal corner booth, and Kit, do you join, and where's Theo?
Theo, I feel like has got to be in the cab. Maybe I guess I could. He's purple.
We leave the windows
Yeah,
open.
you gotta leave the air running and leave him in the truck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to be in the truck.
At this point, we've got cars that we put on dog mode.
Yeah,
Dog is
we
cool
put
in
the
the
car.
backseat.
We put the truck in dog mode, and then we go inside.
Fate point. We now have Transformers. I'm using my fate points.
Honest got a fate point to make a dog button for the inside of cars is a great idea.
Save lives. Okay, so you both take a seat, and your dad's not here yet. Tobias is not here yet.
Fate point. I timed it perfectly. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I guess just act normal. Get a coffee.
So as you both take a seat, a minute or two later, the diner trailer starts to rock just a little bit familiarly as Hank makes his way outside the kitchen, lumbers over to your counter or your booth, and he just like pulls out a pad and he waits.
Just the coffee for now. We got a couple more coming. We're waiting for.
And he kind of like turns his head towards you, Kit, without looking up.
Same for me. Please.
Then he lumbers away. Anything else? We're moving on.
I think we're just impatiently waiting, probably.
So yeah, you said 30 minutes, and you were probably like a 2-minute drive.
Well, we use some of that 30 minutes to put grease in Kit's
Sure.
hair and really make her look fucked up. And
Sure.
Circuit went through like 4 or 5 different suits before he found
That's true.
the one that was the least tarnished.
So about 10 minutes later, Kit, you might notice first the familiar shape of your father enters, but he's got like a hoodie on with a hood up, and he quickly like scans the area and sees you in a booth, and just like pauses as he quickly makes eye contact with you, Kit. And you see him like let out a deep breath and then quickly makes his way towards your booth and sits down next to you, Kit, and just grabs your hand. Oh my God. I can't believe you're okay.
You know, if you keep acting like this, they're gonna bring more attention to us, rather than just... Everything's okay. And she's not gonna, like, look at him while she does this, because it brings more attention. We're good. I'm safe. You're safe.
Good.
Nan's safe?
Nan is... Yeah, Nan's okay. At the shop. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just stretch my hand across the table to, like, I don't know, for some form of comfort, and I just look him in the eyes as calm as I can and say, "It's just a regular Saturday morning."
But it's not. The entire city is on red alert for you. And Sirkin. The news of the breakout has swept the city. Everyone is talking about it. There hasn't been a breakout from the Citadel in God knows when. I can't believe you guys made it out alive. There are drones all over the city. This is bad. This is real bad.
It's better than the alternative.
Yes. Yes. Were you a part of this?
I look at him and I narrow my eyes and I say, "No."
Because he's wearing a wire.
Good. Adopt that mindset. That'll help.
I look at him more serious than ever, and I just go, "Just a regular Saturday morning."
And he just kind of like meets your gaze and whispers, "Thank you." And you can almost see like tears welling up in his eyes. I thought I was never going to see you again. I was preparing to go to Kieran.
Well, it's funny that you should say that because we are preparing to go to him.
What do you mean?
Well, it seems like that's one of the only ways that we can clear her name is to establish who is really pulling the strings here. So I think that there's some weeds in Aurora and we're gonna have to do some gardening pretty quick.
Well, the gardening, the shears, so to speak.
I understand that metaphors may be a little bit too complicated. We're gonna kill and or apprehend Kieran Gold.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. But you should know that the Light Guard are not the only ones who are looking for you.
And that's why, obviously, we wanted you to have peace of mind with Kit, but one of the other important reasons why we contacted you, do you have any way of getting in touch with the Knights of Axiom? Did they leave you with a number, contact information, any sort of way that we can get in touch with them through you?
Yeah, about that. I'm pretty sure those guys are off the table. And he's like looking around over his shoulder and seeing if anybody's listening. Because you know they have ears all over the city. And Kit,
I pissed him
whenever
off, didn't I?
huh?
I pissed him off, didn't I?
Yeah, you sure did. When whatever happened at the Institute of Progress, it was a bustle down there. It was tense because it almost felt like what they intended to happen a while back was maybe meaning to happen, and then it went sideways, and they came looking to us, your Nan and I. And we didn't have answers. We were in the dark. So as soon as we could, we kind of sensed where the winds were shifting, and we got out of there. But you know, when you got arrested, you became liability number 1. And your Nan and I became liability 2 and 3.
Well, he's not sorry, none of you guys are liabilities anymore.
I wouldn't say that. Because now that you broke her out, we are all connected now to their dealings, and unfortunately, we know quite a lot.
Wouldn't I use that as a bartering chip?
Barter with who?
The government, to get out of jail? Wouldn't I have thrown the Knights of Axiom under the bus if I really truly wanted to?
I mean, from where they're standing, maybe you did? They don't know what you said to who, and...
Well, when their doors don't knock, they'll know where the allegiances rested.
I do know that one of the first things they were doing is they were moving doors from the underground. I caught that much.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about their leader's personality? Or
Narai?
yeah, are they gonna be out for us as well? Because I wouldn't mind being found by them. Maybe just me.
I don't think they want to be found.
Yeah, from what I've gathered, Narai's in a difficult position herself, being the arch-luminary of agriculture. She's kind of playing the double agent. It's such a fragile balance, and their house of cards was stacked so finely and up to this point discreetly, but it kind of feels like it's coming crumbling soon. She's been good to me. She was good to me. And there was plenty of reason that she shouldn't have been. But she can be severe, from what I've gathered.
I still want an audience with her, and if that puts my comrades in jeopardy, then I will go alone. Because I think that what we need more than anything is information, and we're gonna need numbers if we're going to accomplish what we need to accomplish. So this is what I'm proposing. If there's any way that you can set up a meeting, you can tell them in advance that it's going to be me. We don't have to blindside them, but we need them, and we need to know that if things are bad, but they're not going to get any better if we don't do anything about it. I think it's essential that we get a meeting.
Hello. Mr. Wayland? I've now lost my daughter far too many occasions. and I just got her back for the second time. I am terrified to ever let that happen again. Whether it be to the Golds, or to the Knights, or to the King.
Well, we're never gonna know how deep this goes without information. You don't want to lose her again? That's great. But you don't really have her right now. You guys aren't really living in a peaceful, happily ever after. This isn't a story. Alright? This is real life consequences. And the issues that I have is she's paying for something that's not her crime. And we need to sort it out. And now, if you don't want to help, that's fine. But just know that I'm not going to put her in harm's way. I will go by myself if I have to. But I need that meeting.
There are ways to contact them. But I would feel more comfortable, and he's looking at you, Kit, if you weren't a part of that meeting. Honestly, I don't want to be part of any meeting. So if you want, here's what you do. The thing is, you don't know who's a part of their organization. Like, unless you know somebody. And if you know somebody, they're probably not out just walking around the streets, typically. Their connections spiderweb across the entire tower. But I know of spots, or at least one, and if you leave the sign, it's kind of a calling card to then pursue the next meeting spot. They don't just meet. How soon are you looking to meet with somebody?
As soon as possible. Look at the state of how it is outside. And just so you know, not only do you not have to be a part of it, but we can provide protection as well. I've got resources, I promise.
And he just lowers his head to the table, and you can hear him whispering, "How the fuck did we get here?"
This time, I'm gonna be a little bit stern. I don't know if this is gonna shake him more, but maybe steady him. But I'll just rest my hand and say, you know exactly how we got here.
Yep.
He sits up and he wipes his eyes.
We're all trying to take accountability.
Yeah. Do you have a pen?
You know what? I don't know, but I'll just go. I'll just wait for Hank to come back to take our food orders, and I'll just ask to borrow his notepad.
It's but a moment. You see him walking this way. You can feel the trailer rocking.
He says, "Do you have a pen?" And I'm like, "Just 1 second."
And Hank lumbers up, and he turns to Tobias. He pulls his notepad out.
I'll be like, just get them all, my usual. But can I borrow your pad just for a second?
And he turns to you, and you see him raise his eyebrows.
I'm gonna give it right back. You know what? Do me a favor. Just rip me off the top page, and let me borrow the pencil.
and he's looking at his notepad, and he
Hey,
flips.
Hank, you know I would never do you dirty because you're the reason I eat.
And he flips to like the very last page just before the cardboard bit. And he rips a tiny corner. And he puts that on the table, and he reaches behind him and pulls out an extra pen. And he holds it up to your face, Wayland.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Hank.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone ever tell you that your presence is comforting?
Look up. And I'll just like slap it down gently, and slide to Toby.
And Tobias writes an address, very small, on the corner of this sheet.
I have to pull my glasses out.
Yeah, right.
So you
You might recognize it as kind of a corner on the outskirts of the prison district where the Iron Corners would meet. A little further from Theo's place, but in that same kind of circle neighborhood, yeah. You're gonna go to this place, and can I reiterate that whatever any of us does has to be so secret. They have eyes everywhere. The light guard now has eyes everywhere. But you're gonna go scribble their sign with anything you can on a wall, and then he flips the sheet over, and that's going to flag someone to meet you here. And he writes a separate address, which is on the opposite side of the city, kind of on the cusp of the greenhouses in the prison district.
Cool. I just like cover the whole thing with my hand, slide it back towards me, immediately hand the pen back, because I know that he's hyperventilating. About to take them. I'll pocket the addresses, and I'll say, just so you know, you've dipped your toes into this world, but this is my world. You don't have to worry about me, sir.
That's strangely comforting and discomforting all at once.
I just casually remind him that I'm missing a hand.
Oh.
Just kind of put my hands together on the table.
Yeah, not helping. Kit, what are you doing? What's your play?
To hang out and stay alive. That's a question I really don't have an answer for. I'm flying by the seat of my pants.
What is the plan?
I guess I gotta tell him that first things first. One of our associates is in a really precarious position as far as their health goes, and that's part of the reason why I really need this meeting. That's kind of step number one, is to make sure that he's not gonna die. And then step number two.
Sorry, for Sirocco?
No. It's another associate of ours. That's step number one, making sure that all of our players are healthy. Step number two, hopefully, if we are able to get a minimal with the Knights of Axiom. We establish a pincer play, and we go for the golds hard, and we try to dethrone them. But first things first is I need to talk to her, because I need to know if this goes higher than the golds. I need to know if Kieran is a pawn for a greater evil, or if he's the cancer that's festering in this city, and just getting rid of him solves all of our issues.
Why does this make me feel like you are headed right back into the fire? He looks at you, Kit.
I lean in, I try to sound cool, and I go, "'Cause it's just not that hot to me."
Kit?
And
I look at Kit with a side eye, like, "Was that cool?"
and Kit's gonna like look at him and like purse her lips a little bit.
Wayland is gauging that it probably wasn't cool.
Because there needs to be heat to refine gold.
Wayland goes, nice. Wayland goes, nice. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Damn it, mine was stupid.
Yeah. Baby. I know that I have not recently been the Father of the Year. But the last time when I trusted you to be okay, you somehow ended up in prison and set to be exiled. I'm really trying to trust you. But I don't know that your nan can take losing you again.
Does she know you came here today?
Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of just held up at the shop. We didn't know where else to go.
Then you tell her I didn't show up.
What?
You tell her I didn't show up.
It's gonna send her into a worry and a frenzy. It's gonna break her heart.
You tell her that you met up with Wayland. That Wayland gave you the good news that I'm in hiding and nothing more. You don't tell her about our plan. You don't tell her about what we're doing. You tell her that you know she's in good hands. The less she knows, the better off she is. I hate lying to Nan, and it will all come out when we're safe and we're back together. It'll come out. But for now, she's better off in the dark.
Kinda feels like you've become the parent.
We all do what we have to do to survive, right?
If I first fix things.
We do.
Wait, you shouldn't stay here long. But he reaches into his hoodie pocket. He palms something and clasps it and puts it on the table, kind of still hidden. I don't know how you feel about this stuff these days, but let me just tell you, you're really good. And he slides over a vial of familiar purple glowing liquid.
Ooh.
Okay. could come in handy. And you're very handy. Very, very handy. And he just gives you a big hug.
Oh.
Just in case.
Please be safe. And he releases you, and he grabs Wayland, your actual hand, on the counter.
Fuck, how did that get there? I'm so sorry.
And then wait, no, he grabs it and it goes like.
Stop! Adam family things across. Keep her safe. Please.
Absolutely.
And he's like, grabs your leg one more time, Kit, from underneath the table, gives it a squeeze, and he puts his head up. And he exits just as Hank was lumbering towards you with your plates. And he sets 3 Wayland specials down and just like looks off. And if you could see his eyes, you'd see that they were shooting daggers.
Thanks,
Hey,
Hank. I'm extra hungry.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is nothing to do with you, big guy. That guy, he's crazy for walking out just as the plates arrive. As a matter of fact, why don't you give me a to-go box, and I'll go chase him down, and I'll shove it down his throat so he knows how good it is.
Nice. He sets the food down, throws down some silverware, and exits back toward the kitchen.
Okay, cool. So out of solidarity, I'm gonna eat every last bite on my plate, even though I just had one. I'm really carbo loading.
Nice.
For the future comings and goesings. I guess I'll just wrap up Toby's plate and save it for when we stabilize, or hopefully he just wakes up on his own. Actually, in fact, I wrap it up and I'm like, it's been a minute. We should definitely check on him. Is he asleep still?
Theo, roll a physique check, please.
What do my physique be? Not shit. That's a 3 though.
Nice.
You go to stir him.
Oh no, he's not liquid, am I? I can't.
You come back, you forgot to hit the dog button, so he's just a puddle on the seat.
Oh, he melted.
And still, you can see his chest kind of rising and lowering, but you don't wake him.
I try to like smelling salts him with the eggs.
Okay. Theo, roll one more physique.
Roll eggs.
That's a -2 this time.
Not even
Does he start dreaming about eggs at least? He starts dreaming. He's like having like a weird Alice in Wonderland dream, and his like head is like cracking, and the yolk is falling out onto an egg that cracks, but it's his face every time.
All right, and then you guys headed back to Sigurd's Reach with
we're gonna go to Sigurd's Reach.
All right, we're gonna let you head that way, and let's check in with Sirkin.
Yes.
Meet hooking.
I'm so glad you're talking to the scary woman and not me.
Episode, I have a rapport.
Sirkin, as you lift off the ground and you head towards the Iron Corners, that whirring sound that you might have noticed but couldn't place earlier grows louder.
Another perception?
Sure.
I did drop X earlier, by the by.
Good to know.
That is 3.
What's your expertise modifier?
+3.
All right, so we're gonna add that in. After you've dropped X, everything becomes so much more clear, and your memory jogs to that sound. Only hours ago, it's this familiar hum of drones, except so much louder. Like you experienced
bigger.
you experienced what 10 sound like, and
Yeah.
when you're in the thick of it, they're pretty loud, but 10 from a distance might be unnoticeable. This whir is almost engulfing the city,
Hot damn.
and as you're
Martial
flying
law is in
towards,
effect.
Yeah.
you start to pinpoint the sound from individual drones as you now see that they've kind of formed a blanket
Oh
across
man.
the city.
So, being able to hear where they are, not get too close. I guess I'll get as close to Theos as I can before having to head to the ground and do it on foot.
Roll a stealth check.
Uh-oh. Yep, I got nothing in stuff. That is a net 0.
I'm curious, does he have a disguised aspect right now?
Because you're wearing
Because I'm wearing the other clothes. I'm wearing...
anything change about your face?
No, my face is still my face.
Okay.
I should have had Wayland punch me. I thought about it. But I
He
didn't
would have
do
done
it.
it.
I know he would have.
You're flying towards a city, and from the outskirts where you were, it was some roads and some warehouses and some kind of empty lots. But as you get closer, you're starting to fly over buildings, and when you take notice of these drones, you like pinpointing where one is in it, like further into the city, and the X almost has this like hyper focused effect where you know exactly where that one is, and that one is, and that one is, but it's almost tunnel visioned to the point that you missed the one around the corner. Fuck. And as you are flying over and you're starting to lower, like a pinprick in your ear is just enough that you notice as 3 drones are headed in your direction, being, other than the Raptarans, one of the few individuals that even glide through the city.
Man, all right. I'm gonna try to drop into to an alley. I'm gonna have to try to escape. I gotta try to lose him.
All right, so you drop in an alley. What are you doing?
Hoofing it.
Just like running, or
I'm gonna try to I'm gonna run, and once I've broken the line of sight, I think try to hide. If there's like a building I can duck into, like I'll check doors and
okay,
see where I can get into. See how lucky I get.
as you like kind of break that line of sight, you hear behind you, "Halt, citizen! Identification! Identification!" Roll investigation to see if you can find an open door.
What's my investigate? I know I have something to investigate. 1. Great. Perfect. Better than 0. Oh my god, that's 5. 4 pluses, baby.
Whoa.
Nice.
Woo! That's a good time.
Nice.
It's a good time to get pluses.
So you would know that as you were getting closer into the city, you were maybe like 10 blocks from Theo's place when you dropped and you were noticed. So you dip down between 2, they're not like tall buildings, but they seem to be some sort of manufacturing warehouses of some sort. Not as large as the ones on the outskirts, but they fabricate something by just like looking on the outside. You see some kind of warehouse windows. And you try the first door and nothing as you're running closer towards the street, and you try another one, and it scoots just enough that you realize, oh, okay, this might be open, and you pull hard, and you throw yourself inside, and shut the door behind you.
Now I wait.
On this door there is a small vertical window. And after just a moment, you do see the 3 drones, like much slower than they were, kind of scanning the area almost in a triangle pattern as they go bypass the door.
Okay. When I look around the building, what sort of building am I in?
You turn, and in this immediate vicinity, it's almost like you see like a washer and a dryer.
Hell yeah.
Kind of industrial sized. And then it's kind of a smaller area. There's like a wash sink and a couple more washer and dryers, but then another door to enter in anywhere else.
I'd like to roll resources to see if there's anything amongst this laundry, or if there's like laundry around here, since there's laundry machines.
Mm-hmm.
If either a coat to throw on and a hat of some kind.
Sure. Roll resources.
That is +1.
You go through like the dryers. You find a sock.
Fuck yeah.
You put a sock on your head.
No. It'll help me blend in.
You find a sock and some underpants.
Fuck. All right. Let's see. Then I guess I'm just gonna will wait and listen for the whirring. And once that search pattern sound of them hovering nearby, Sirkin's gonna make his way through the other door. I'm gonna try to exit the front of the building.
Okay. So you exit through this other door on the other side of the room, and you are immediately met with like rows and rows of laundry. This is
Oh
a
shit.
massive laundromat with some extra like washers in the back, but for the most part it's like dry cleaning.
I find the most expensive pieces of clothing I can find. We're gonna do another resources?
Yes, except here the DC is much lower.
That is 2.
What do you want to find?
I want to find like an overcoat, a long overcoat, and a hat.
Like Dick Tracy, this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it bright yellow too?
A detective. It turns out it's red and gold. Fuck.
Oh, it's Carmen San Diego. I get it.
Yeah. I know it's just a regular black, grays, nondescript.
Can I ask you this? How early in the morning did you guys awaken?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say it's about 10 a.m.
Okay. So as you're rifling through, you eventually find exactly what you need. You find like a fedora, kind of a dark reddish overcoat.
Fuck yeah!
You are Carmen San Diego right now.
Game on.
But then quickly the rows start moving, and especially with your X, you pick up voices towards the front of the building. There are other individuals here. This is working hours.
How many?
Roll one more perception check. 2. On your own, it would be a little hard to tell, but the X ability, you can tell. there might be 2 or 3 up towards the front. You hear somebody like holler back for an item as footsteps. You hear a voice and like, got it, coming up, and footsteps are coming in your direction.
I check my gun. It's fully loaded. And I wait.
And these footsteps like coming towards you. Are you trying to hide, or are you just like standing there?
I'm gonna move back into the clothes and try to hide.
Okay, roll stealth.
I don't have any stealth. That is a -2.
This person is like scanning the clothes in your row that you're in, and takes note of a red overcoat and goes to grab it. And is met with some difficulty as like you're kind of yanked out of the clothes. And you see like this young face of a kid, maybe like 15 years old. What the heck? Mom!
I'm gonna use a fate point and roll the push.
Okay.
Alright, this is my expertise versus their will. So this is a 5 versus their will.
Their will, alright.
And I push the idea, because you said he yelled for his mom, I assume he's like teen?
Yeah, like 15.
Yeah. I push the idea into his head that he's about to tell his mom that he forgot he left the back door unlocked and a homeless person must have come in and been sleeping in the back. And he's going to chase me out.
Okay. You see him panic, and he's shouting, "Mom!" And then all of a sudden, his face like kind of goes slack, just for a moment, and then this look of determination.
And I start running.
Another one got in. And he like reaches for the nearest like broom that he can find, and you hear his mom like shouting some obscenities from the front, and you hear footsteps like quickly making her way towards you as he's like, "Scoop, get out of here, go!"
I let him hit me once to sell it, and then I run, head down, covering myself so I have an excuse to cover my face and head, and run past him and out.
And he's like sweeping. But as soon as you make it through the back door, he like opens the door and he looks behind him. He's like, "Hey!" And he pulls out his wallet.
Aww.
He's like, "Here, take care of yourself. I'm sorry. My mom, she doesn't like it. We're closed on Thursdays, and I'll leave the door unlocked again. Okay? I'm sorry. Now get out of here!" And he looks over his shoulder.
I memorized this place so I can return.
Okay.
All right, and then now I'll
sleepy.
make my way through the back streets now, trying to slowly make my way to Maxwell's.
Make another stealth check.
That is 3.
Better. Much better. Even though you don't hear any of those drones in your like immediate vicinity, that whir is almost like a buzzing constant. You kind of look up and you do see some pass over the buildings ahead. You're now that you're aware of the situation, you're much more cautious, and as you're ducking around buildings, there is some foot traffic on this side of town, but now that you've got the Carmen Sandiego disguise, people don't quite take notice of you, but it's kind of like daily traffic. You pick up on people like, "Oh my God, I hope they catch me. I can't live like this."
I bathe in the fear.
Nice. As you should. and you make your 10-block walk cautiously. Like you can't just openly stroll. On occasion, one of the drones is more street side, and you see them like stopping an individual, and like you see this faint light kind of scanning their face, and they have to like pull out their ID and like hold it up, and they're so annoyed. But then it like kind of flashes a green, and they keep going. But you eventually safely make your way to Theos, which at this point the caution tape is kind of like littered onto the ground. There's still a big hole in the front of his place.
I'm gonna do another stealth to try to make sure I'm not seen getting inside.
Do a perception for that.
All right. That is 4.
As you're walking, you kind of do one more glance. You see one drone kind of scanning just right past the middle of the street, and like over a car as it's passing by. But you're pretty sure that nobody sees you slip in.
Okay. And then I'm going to hide in Theo's office.
Is this the secret room?
Nope. It's the room that gets you to the secret room.
Gotcha. So you hide how?
Behind the door.
Okay. You don't have to wait long as you hear kind of shit, God, this place is a fucking mess. God. But it's coming from the back way, like from where maybe the kitchen and the living area is and where the bar was. You make out boom.
Get it, Tabby.
And she quickly makes it into the office. Comes in, shuts the door. What the fuck?
I had to make sure you were alone.
Oh, God. Yes. Oh, God.
It's nice to see you, Tabitha. I'm glad you're safe.
She like goes to the desk and like puts her hand on her heart and braces herself. Well, you spotted.
No. I took
you
great
sure?
pains. I'm absolutely sure.
It's a nice look. It's a new look. It's good.
Thank you.
Tabitha.
I found it at my new laundromat.
Oh, good. Tabitha's hair, normally like kind of trim and prop, like in big curls.
Mm-hmm.
These curls have kind of fallen flat. You see like bags under her eyes. Usually she does just a little bit of makeup. None. You're seeing Tabitha in her full glory. The fuck have you done?
I think it's better if I show you. I pull out Theo's phone, and before I left, I took pictures of Theo on his phone.
What? Who is that?
This is Theo. Look at the clothes.
She like grabs the phone, holds it close. It's kind
The
of
whole 16 pixels that exist on a Nokia.
right. Oh my God, what happened to him?
I'm showing you this so you understand the severity that we are against, because my request is going to be severe. But I need you to understand his life is at stake. I need you to open the safe.
Did you do this?
No.
And she kind of backs away, holding his phone now. She puts it in a pocket. Mr. Theo, I never showed signs of fully trusting you. and she's backing towards a desk, and kind of like behind her back, trying to open a drawer. How do I know I can't?
Why else would I have Theo's phone?
Because you fucking killed him, ruined his face, and
That's
stole his
fair.
phone.
That's a good point. That does sound like something I would do. But I need you to look me in the eyes and believe me. And I push.
Here I was gonna give you a charisma. But instead, let's force ideas into her head.
That is 3.
As you try to push this idea, it's met with intense pushback. And you feel like a pop in your head, and your nose starts bleeding. Take a point of mental stress.
Yes.
And she quickly turns, opens a drawer, and like reaches not into the drawer, but underneath the the top of it. And she pulls out a gun, and she points it towards you. I've lost too many people. I've been living in a fucking rat hole for God, I don't know how long. And it all started with you.
That's reasonable. But I am here now, asking for your help to help the person you care most deeply about. And while we're at it, you should know now that you have the gun in your hand, it changes things. I have nothing.
Roll a charisma check. 2. What do you want so bad and safe?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not letting you rifle through Theo's most sacred place.
Then it looks like you need to pack up the contents and come with me.
Where?
That is what we're going to do. We have taken over Sigurd's Reach. We are getting everything we can, collecting everyone there to make the next move, the last move against the Golds. The safest place for you will now be with us. And it's in a pretty nice hotel.
Theo's there.
He will be by the time we get there.
Don't you
Paul? No.
She's got the gun trained on you. Turn around.
I do.
And you can kind of hear like rifling through the bookshelves until eventually and then you hear nothing. Do you turn back around?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, you see that now you're alone in this room. It's a few minutes. Turn back around! Can you hear me? Oh, shit.
Is the mechanism broke on that side?
What?
Did you turn? Here, let me try. And
No! What? Until eventually you hear a just a crack. and the gun kind of like You see the barrel kind of poke through.
Are you away? Get against the wall!
I poke through with my head straight in the barrel line. You're fine.
And she keeps it trained there against your forehead as she pushes you a little further away and opens the door and closes it behind her without taking the gun away from your head.
I hope this means we can be friends.
Not quite. But I want to see Theo.
How did you get here?
I've got the car.
Do you want to drive or would you like me to?
And she's like thinking, you can see her like thinking through like any sort of reference, a movie or a book or what Theo's done. You drive.
Where's Liana?
None of your fucking business.
We'll need her at Sigurd's Reach with everyone. She's now the most vulnerable as she's alone. The Knights of Axiom have shut us out. She is now completely isolated, without us. Do we need to pick her up?
Yes, I will. And she's like pulling out her phone and she's like sending a text, like trying to look at you, looking at the phone, looking at you.
I don't move a muscle when she doesn't leave, when her eyes are off of me.
All right, get in the car. I'll show you where to meet her.
I do.
And for the sake of brevity, you get in the car, you go kind of swing by somewhere several blocks away, not far from High Point University.
Where Wayland killed the first man.
He just broke his virginity.
Yeah, I broke his hymen.
She's like, stop the car. Liana comes out from between a couple buildings and jumps in, and there's some shock and awe, and like, what the fuck? But you make your way towards the hotel.
And I catch them up. Once they're in the car, I exposition our drive.
What do you share?
With the incident of how I found Theo. I'm preparing them for what they're going to see when they see him. So starting with finding him face down in the puddle, and through Molly, not going to go into the jailbreak, just through the visit to Molly and the lab.
I'd hate to admit that Sirkin is probably Theo's best friend.
Wow.
That's so funny.
Something in Tabitha breaks.
I can't. Somewhere inside her, she feels it. Man, when Theo finds out.
But you don't need to catch her up so much in the jailbreak because she shares with you all the footage that is now all over the airwaves.
Is she driving or am I driving?
You're driving.
I pull over. Because she's showing me video. I have to pull over.
No, she's talking about it. She's talking.
Okay.
She's not showing. No, don't stop. Don't pull. Keep driving. So yeah, she basically shares with you that there is a search for Kit, and there is footage of your face, and it's kind of like drone footage. And basically, like, look out for this man, manhunt for both of you.
Is it drone footage like beautiful landscapes, or is it drone footage like security camera footage?
Like,
good question.
Like, there's a camera where it's like flying towards Sirkin, and then a knife coming straight towards the camera.
But then quality level, is it security guard level, or is it like 40K or like
somewhere in between? Somewhere in between.
4K skylines of
The
Aurora.
question is, do I look like an anime hero?
Obviously.
Footage. Okay, perfect. That's all I needed to know. As long as I look bitchin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's clear if someone were to like see you and next to a TV cycling that footage, it's clear that it's who you are. It's not like blurry. It's not hard to make out.
Got it. Remind me to have Wayland punch me in the face.
I'll punch you. I'll shoot you in the face. Do you want me to do that?
Permanent.
So yeah, you guys are making your way towards the hotel. And you guys are driving the truck back to the hotel?
Yeah. We'll make sure definitely to like park in like a back entrance, because I'm assuming, yeah, if it's a hotel proper, then there'll be like a bay in the back for like the laundry and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll park in like a back lot, just like a little less conspicuous when I pull a purple man out of the cab. Yeah, I guess geez, you know, it's the vibes are. I would like to have a little bit more control over the reach. It's a little tumultuous, or whatever the word is right now. But yeah, I'm gonna bring this purple man into the reach and be like, "This is totally fine."
Theo, make
I hope that's how the
another
speech starts.
make another physical or physic check.
It's another 3.
You're in Wayland's arms, and within your mind's, like in your consciousness, almost familiar to the point that you could recall just the day before when you were kind of swimming in this purple cloud. In your consciousness, you retain what you know your form to be. You look like your hands haven't changed, and you feel the same. But while you were unconscious, you feel this like smoke swirling around you, and it's almost like lashing out at you. Like this kind of tendril of smoke kind of lashes towards your direction. What do you do in your consciousness?
In my consciousness?
Yeah, it's almost like you're fighting a mental battle inside.
How would Theo handle something like that? I think Theo would. I don't know. Theo's been on some cowboy shit, but Theo's still not like a 1v1 fighter. So in consciousness, I would recognize now, though, that I could use expertise. So I would probably try to control it.
Roll expertise.
Like, stop it in its tracks. That's a 5.
Nice.
That's a 3 + 2.
So you felt like these little tendrils, like kind of lashing at you a little bit, and then this large one in front of you comes and takes a big swing at you, and you just like look at it and focus on it, and it just like stops right before your eyes and like curls up and kind of starts to dissipate just slightly. You now control this tendril. Is there anything that you do with it?
I think Theo would just kind of like grab it by like the neck and just like crush it in his hands.
And you squeeze it, and it just kind of dissipates completely into a mist. One more tendril starts to make it your way, but rather than lashing out, it starts to kind of swirl gently around you, starting from your feet and rising up towards your head. And as it does, you see this entire like sea of clouds that is surrounding you start to swirl and obey your command.
Theo flies. Like that's the only response here.
Nice.
Hits the top of the cab.
And as you like start to fly in an upward vast direction, the smoke kind of starts to pool at your feet and almost create like a jet stream. Wayland, you're carrying this body, and it feels like the weight of a body, but then slowly the weight starts to get lighter as in your arms Theo's body starts to rise.
No way I take this as a good sign. Wayland doesn't know if jellyfish can fly. Because obviously he's never seen.
We don't know. Yeah.
So I'm like I'm like holding him. Like I think I'm holding him like maybe like because I was holding him fireman style when I was trying to move him quickly, but now I'm trying to hold him with care. So yeah, probably got him like
bridal carry.
Like bridal carry, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like talking to a Tim, being like, no, this isn't a prop. This is a real human being. Yeah, no, but we need a.
Starts to float.
We need a bed. We need a bed. Well, 1 second. We need a. Wait a minute. We need a bed. I like put one arm on top, like over his chest.
Yes.
I'm like
Smart.
a carpet.
Like a carpet.
And and I'm like, as you can see, there's something very wrong with this gentleman, and
Arms start going vertical.
and we need to. I hold him by the legs. Now he's a balloon, and we need to get him maybe chained down to a bed somewhere near a medical bed.
Head smacking. It's the ceiling fan.
Oh shit!
It's like cutting through your misty head.
I'm like, so now I'm holding him. Now I'm holding him like around the shoulder, like we're going to a
Now we're
night out.
looking at burning it.
Yeah, I'm holding him, and I'm just making sure like every once in a while I just like kick his ankles that are about to like come up.
But it's at that moment, Theo, that as you're flying directly upward in your mind's eye, you see that familiar prick of light grow larger and larger and larger until you breach through this sea of clouds and you immediately launch into consciousness. Those around you, he's trying to hold you down, but there's like this shockwave of purple cloud mist that explodes from your body, kind of sending everyone just flying slightly, and furniture goes flying back a little bit as you are aloft. Your eyes shoot open. This bright, light, white light comes, and you are held aloft for a moment as you come back to consciousness and slowly lower yourself onto the ground, feet first.
I think Theo would just kind of look around. What you guys doing?
Wayland is like completely gobsmacked, but also like knows that like something crazy is going on with him, and he just like pulls the to-go box out and like, are you hungry?
Oh fuck, I am starving.
And you hear a clunk on the floor as Tabitha had walked in with Liana and Sirkin, gun behind him, but she drops the gun.
Hey
Seeing
guys.
what's happened.
Dibs.
What the fuck?
You just pick up the gun?
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna end today's episode.
Nice.
So now all of you, besides Alsvid, Liana, Tabitha, and some Tim's and other Sigurd's Reach members who have remained tumultuously loyal to Wayland are held up at Whiskey Jack's Hotel.
Hell yeah.
Whew.
Sheesh. I mean, okay. It's a good start. We're all together.
We
We're all
split
together.
the party and got back together in one app. That's a
Yeah.
first for us.
That is a first. Literally a first.
Now the real question is how long until we fuck it up?
Well, here's the thing: is I do still think that me going alone is a play. Like maybe not like alone. Like you guys can be there, You know what I mean? But like being perceived as alone, I feel like is the play. Like especially since they're so cautious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've got to have a war room strategy meeting for sure.
But yeah.
Well, we'll find out what you plan. Feel free to make some plans. Maybe talk through it off screen. But thank you all for joining us for today's Cloudscape episode. Thoroughly glad that you are here. We hope you are thoroughly enjoying yourselves as much as we are. But until next time, I am Bozer.
I'm Josh.
I'm Austin.
Brett.
I'm T.
And you just keep
Geeking out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.